to order this meeting of the Historic Preservation Commission for the City of Trinidad here on November 13th, 2024. It's 5:30 p.m. at City Hall. Do I gavel to start? Okay. So first on the agenda is roll call.
Derek?
Here.
Chris?
Here.
Matthew?
Here.
Lisa?
Here.
Carlos is absent.
Alright. Second on the agenda is public comments. Do we have any public comments?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
I'm Lisa Evans. Thank you for letting me show up tonight for public comments. I work with Dana Crawford, and we are applying for an EPA grant for the remediation at the Jaffa Opera House. I conveniently scheduled a public meeting for last Thursday night. So we held the meeting via Zoom, but needless to say, no one attended. And no one has yet submitted any questions to our email address, but the consultants asked that I try again to make some sort of public meeting. Do any of you have questions?
Yeah, I wasn't aware of the meeting. How did you publicize it, or
In the Chronicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were there any other methods?
No, I was told that was the preferred method.
Trinidad chatters.
Yeah, I say it's a very Facebook heavy town. The newspaper is subscription only, so not everyone has access to it, and I'm not sure about if they publish
Only on Fridays.
if they publish like events that are publicly available, but Facebook is definitely like what this town reacts to for a lot of ways.
Okay.
Flyers too. Like if you,
Yeah.
I don't know if you do flyers like at just up down Main Street, Commercial Street.
We talked all those different options, and like
Yeah.
I say, it was recommended that I go with the Chronicle, because I
I would
even
do
talked
that.
about.
I would do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Just because this town, it's
Sorry.
just different.
Yeah.
No, don't apologize. Like
I mean,
was-
I
was
had
just saying-
people tell me they saw the ad, so I was like, wow,
Yeah, well,
okay.
I mean, that is cool. Well, it's funny because I actually subscribe to the Chronicle and read it every issue, but I don't think I saw it. So,
No,
so
it wasn't huge.
Was it in the events? It might have
It
been.
actually appeared on a page that I thought might get well read. What was the article? It was like it was another development
Yeah.
issue. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I would suggest trying
Okay,
multiple.
future,
Yeah,
yeah,
and like
yeah.
this recent, we had a little landmark event recently, and I sent an email to the Chronicle, but as well as like the Raton radio station, our radio station here.
Okay,
and
okay.
It doesn't hurt to, they'll sometimes plug free if it's like a nonprofit sort of thing that with community interest, they'll sometimes plug those things for free. But I would be interested in, I guess, finding out more about what the grant. I mean, I guess that would be what the meeting would be about.
Yes, but I do have.
But if you could tell us maybe more about the grant itself and everything.
So, I mean, roughly the building had a asbestos and lead-based paint, et cetera, survey done of it prior to our acquisition of the building. We have since learned that survey was probably incomplete or not sufficient for state of Colorado standards. So I can leave if you want to make a record with the meeting, but the consultants who are Stantec, who also work with the city for EPA grant purposes, I mean, it's typically the cleanup and remediation process. It'd be a grant for brownfields cleanup, and so as part of that remediation process, they would be removing all asbestos, lead-based paint, any other materials in the building that are deemed hazardous. So we have, tomorrow is the date to apply for the grant. We may not hear if we are awarded until sometime next April, so about 6 months' time. We are based on the preliminary estimate from Blue Sky to do the remediation. We have fallen in the $500 to $2 million bucket. The building is roughly all levels 40,000 square feet, so we would find out in April if we've been awarded. If we are awarded, then we have to do a approved sampling of the interior of the building, because the one that was done by the firm out of Pueblo in 2018 was insufficient. It was not. One of the things you have to do when you test a building, you not only are taking samples and testing different materials, but you have to map where everything is. You can't just go in the building and take a sample here and there and then test those samples, because then the next person doesn't know, well, what was this wall? So anyway, so if we are awarded, then we would get a new firm in to do a complete and correct survey of the building, and then you have to competitively bid. So even though Blue Sky has given us a preliminary estimate, they could definitely be one of the bidders, but we don't know if they would be the ultimate one selected. I am told that if everything is approved and moves forward, the EPA funds would be available plus minus November 1 of next year. But I'm also told if everything else is teed up, it can move quite quickly once those funds are awarded.
Okay.
So that's kind of, it's not, the building, it's also as part of this EPA grant, we had to get a phase 1 site assessment done, environmental site assessment. So one of the things that came out of that is because of the car automotive repair operations that took place close by, and our intention to use the lower level, basement level, we will be doing ground sampling, make sure that bad little things like to crawl through the soil from one place to the next.
Sure.
This is a very layman's explanation of that, but yes.
Yeah.
So it was good to get the phase 1 environmental site assessment done, because now we are aware of those things. So equally, when we do that complete survey next summer, we would be testing soil in the basement, and also making sure there's no gases or anything emitting. There is nothing in the building that is harming anyone outside the building. It is all in there. I've gone through the building myself. It is not a picnic, but I'm standing here before you, so I'm just here to assure you.
You had your rabies shot.
I did not. Actually, speaking of that, since this is a public meeting, I did encounter the nice Trinidad citizen who is feeding the cats. That is why we have raccoons in the building.
I was at the back of the Opera House a few weeks ago, and it looked like they were all kind of congregating, like they were eating, like someone had put out food for them.
Yes.
And
She told me she does it twice a day. I saw the cat. I said, the cat looks really nice. Maybe you'd like to adopt the cat.
Yeah.
She said, no, it's too,
There's another.
wild.
That's not the only place where that's happening in town.
No, I know, but I'm
I'm
like,
not excusing it, but I'm saying.
I'm like, please, can you feed the cat someplace else?
Yeah.
I mean, could you, you know, she's like, well, I have to train it. I'm like, well, you know, just move the food dish out, keep going out.
Yeah, well, but then you get the raccoons that'll follow.
But then they'd be like 2 blocks away, which is,
Yeah,
I know,
it's
equally not.
It's a difficult.
I know.
I've tried to
but-
feed strays, and I ended up feeding raccoons and squirrels and everything
Right,
else.
I know.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
But that is why
Yeah.
the Opera House raccoons are very fat and
Fashionable.
Not going anywhere.
yeah, they're right. They're fashionable. They could be. They could be a raccoon coat if anyone is into such things.
Cruella de Vil, huh?
Yes. Yeah, that's.
Do you have your website information?
I can get it to you.
It's-
She has it
yes.
on here.
Well,
Yes.
I want our 1,000 viewers, or
Yes.
11 viewers,
Oh, yes.
to know, because
It's
some people had we've had somebody come in and had questions about the building.
okay.
I-
So
get
there
that.
would- if,
No,
if it had better advertisement, there would have been people showing up.
That's and I apologize for that. I went for the recommended,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So
No, I mean, it's a big concern. I mean,
So-
the Opera House is a big concern.
I believe me, I get
I'll get
that.
it posted.
Okay.
Okay. So what was I gonna say? And then Tara, I will list you guys as my asking questions, if that's okay.
Sure.
So Tara, if you can send me emails and,
Yeah, I
and
can.
phone numbers.
I've got emails. I don't have. I'll send you the emails.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, just
Because you're all private.
Citizens.
citizens, volunteers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
And just to clarify, you're needing public comment for your application that's due tomorrow. Is that
right. So I mean.
but you'll be able to get that.
Yes.
And everything. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
we're able, I mean, basically, I will type up that the four of you ask, you know, sort of a question, you know, just explain the process. And
Yeah.
then I provide that as my answer. You know, going forward, future, I'm not on Facebook. So that's, I have to find somebody
Find
that,
someone with your organization
that
is
is
that you can funnel
fine.
information to.
right.
And, I'm just trying to think of other ways.
I affectionately call it the book face.
Well,
I-
I was off Facebook for years before I moved here, but it's almost a requirement to live in Trinidad. If you want to know what's going on, you kind of have to be on it.
I know.
It's a sad fact, but
I know. I'll have
but
to.
you can do it like in a read-only sort of manner, you know, for those. But it is like, you know, for other events, you know, it's a good place to, you know,
Yeah.
post. And,
One question I do have though.
Yes.
So if you're gonna do this, the EPA remediation, is this like the first step of structural remediation? Is that
No.
gonna
No.
be, so it's just interior?
That's just interior. So separately, we have been working with the Trinidad Urban Renewal Authority.
Mhm.
And so we are tentatively approved for a loan which would address the northwest corner of the building, the exterior masonry,
Mhm.
as well as a beam that has failed on the interior of the building.
Okay.
Additionally, we have applied for a State Historic Fund grant so that we are able to complete the architectural and structural drawings so that we can address the structural framing inside the building
Okay.
so that we can ultimately re-roof the building. So whether by inviting in the State Historic Fund, that means they will weigh in on what that roof is to be. The roof is not visible from Main Street or the alley, you know, the streets on the east and the west, but of course it is visible from the south, so from First Street, standing on that parking lot.
Mhm.
So that will be just part of the puzzle, but yes. So it's a in the short term, I have been trying to get a estimate from any one of a number of local sources to do some roof patching, to try to stop what is currently happening,
Right.
and at least just patching to get us through to the time of a new roof. But that has been difficult, so
I can get you some roofing contractors.
I would love that.
I can email you some over tomorrow.
Yes, I'm okay, perfect, because I've had two from Pueblo decline, both of whom have worked in Trinidad before, and I am, you know, I had another local person decline, and I'm, you know, working a second and third local to see if I can just, you know,
Somebody-
at this point, it's you know,
Commercial roofing is limited. You don't have a lot of them.
I understand.
But I
yes.
have a list about 15 that come down from even as far as Denver to come down here.
Well, that would, I mean, I would happily do that, because it's I get much more of the feedback I get are excuses, and I just don't have time for that.
A lot of people don't wanna come down this far.
No, I know.
But
I mean, Trinidad is ripe for somebody, for
yeah.
many people to start in
For a lot of-
construction.
Yeah, there's definitely demand for
There's-
all kinds
there's-
of contractors here.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there could be a thriving
Yeah.
business, and but anyway, I'm taking your time, and so thank you.
No problem. I'll get those over to you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, thanks for coming by.
All right, well, thank you guys. I
Been
appreciate
very-
it very much, and thank you for your service to Trinidad. That's very much greatly needed, so thank you.
Okay, any other public comments? So you're here for the other thing too. The third item on the agenda is approval of minutes from September 24th and October 9th.
I
And
wasn't here on October 9th.
No, but we had to push the first one because since you weren't here and Carlos wasn't here, Lisa hadn't been here, so we didn't have a quorum.
yeah,
So September 24th, you were here, but for the other one, the three of you were here.
Mm.
So
I can't remember, there's one that I mentioned to you that hadn't been listed as being present.
yeah, it was. I double checked. It was
It's a-
just because
it's
there wasn't a
September.
space in the separation.
Okay, right, okay. Are there any other, I guess, comments about the minutes? Need a motion
We gotta make a motion to
to
do them
adopt?
separately, right? Cause
Yeah.
I wasn't here.
So
Okay.
for September 24th, 2024.
Right. Yeah, so I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the 24th of September, 2024.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Chris,
Yes.
Lisa,
Yes.
Matthew,
Yes.
and Derek.
Yes.
All right, and then for October 9th, 2024.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second that.
Okay.
All right, let's go with Chris,
Yes.
Matthew,
Yes.
and Lisa.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. The minutes are approved and adopted for September 24th and October 9th. And the fourth item on the agenda is a public hearing for the landmarking application for 1113 North Linden Avenue.
1133.
I'm sorry, what did I say? 1133 North Linden Avenue. And Johnny Banning, is that you?
Yeah.
Come up and,
Appreciate you all having me, man.
no problem.
I'm just trying to get a grant. I've owned in Hollywood for 4 years, me and my wife, and it's kind of the first thing you see when you're coming south is the Hollywood sign, bar and cafe. And I'm looking to get a grant to finish the roof redo the sign and sandblast the outside. And that wasn't built in 1900, she was built in 1900.
1900.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. And the first judge at the courthouse is Horace Long, he's my great-great-great-grandpa. So I got roots here, my mom was born in Sopus, just saying. So I've been here 35 years, and I've always wanted to own that building. Actually, it's part of the family, I won't go into that, but I like to, when you first come into Trinidad, I want you to really see that sign light up, man. And that would really light up the town if you come to Trinidad. So,
Is that the original neon? Is it real neon?
yes, sir.
It is?
Yeah, man.
That's
And
so
some
cool.
of it's broken from the hail.
Oh,
And in fact, I should have gave her my number. I'm a contractor, licensed and insured, and I would do the work. I did all that work myself that you see up today. Up value everybody's house around me is what I did to the neighborhood, and I'm actually cleaning it up. So, but I need some help now. So, that's why I'm here. I don't know how this works. I'm looking for a grant, and I'll do the work myself.
This will be to landmark it.
it's a,
And
yeah,
then you will go in front of the state of Colorado after it's been landmarked to get the grant funding.
But, I have to go to Denver.
No, you'd contact History of Colorado, and they can help you with the process.
What am I doing here then?
This is for landmarking it. So you will take this, once this is done, you'll take this to the History of Colorado to show that you've been landmarked.
Okay, so I go from here to there.
I can give you the information. I can
Can you
I'll
email it to
email it
me?
over to you.
Yeah, guys, so I've owned it 4 years. My lady's a CPA. She's actually famous. She does George Lucas, producer of Star Wars. She does his taxes, NBC's taxes. So if you guys need a CPA, she's the lady to see, man. So, but is that it, man? That's
well, we see it just
Let
as
them
far
ask some
as, I would say, yeah,
questions.
just, we have the history, that was prepared here, and it, seems like it was, qualifies for being,
oh yeah.
the age of being historically important as, local store and, kind of owned by lots of local families. And
Oh yeah, I know the whole history.
I did see a lot about the architectural, I guess the architectural description is just in
There wasn't a lot of information online for it. It wasn't surveyed originally, so because it's outside of the boundaries, we are looking to push the boundaries when we do the new survey.
And she was
So,
built 1900.
but yeah, I know Keely had looked at it and stated that from the old pictures to the new pictures, there hasn't been much change to the exterior of the building.
And it's definitely local, reflects local character and everything. And so
Yeah.
I'm a
definitely-
5-star restaurant right now.
I need to come by and try your.
I am.
fish and
I got
chips.
13 TV. I got all these hypocrites out around my neighborhood that treat me like this, and all I did was upvalue their houses. Thank God for the Texans that keep me alive. It ain't my locals, man. I got a few locals, but it's the Texans. And it's a dirty shame, man. I can't even have my own come and support me, and they want to treat me like this. And you got to come in. I got 51 guitars hanging. I'm a Hard Rock Cafe. Nobody has what I have in Southern Colorado. Ask Eli DeBono. He's there every day. Debbie DeBono. I got people that come in and nobody has what I have. They closed Denver a year ago after 27 years, the Hard Rock Cafe. I'm the only one left in Colorado. Dave Phillips on the radio station comes there. You gotta come and I got a full menu. My fish and chips is #1. You gotta come in there, guys. I'm telling you, I got the best food. Now I just started breakfast too. Right now I'm putting on the roof. Tomorrow, I'm starting to put on the roof tomorrow because I have no help. So I gotta go in my own pockets and do this, me and my wife. And then Friday I'll be back open. So I'm not gonna wait for this grant. I'm just trying it, man. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, no biggie, man.
Well, yeah, getting it locally landmarked, that opens it up to, I think,
Tax credits and.
getting, different sorts of grants and things, but, getting it approved through us and then the city council, that would be the
Yeah,
first step.
I just
And then
thought-
once you have that designation, you'll be able to
Yeah.
take that other places.
I just said to my wife, it wouldn't hurt to try it. If I don't get it, no biggie. I mean that, no biggie at all. I haven't had no help so far. So if you can email that to me,
Yeah,
I
no, not a
appreciate
problem,
it.
and I can even email you a name of a person who's gone through this, so they can help you
Okay.
step by step.
Because I'm looking, I mean, I ain't gonna tell you the price, man. If I got that, I'll close it down. And I got my two buddies, and I'm licensed in contract. I've been doing it since I was 18. I painted 4th of Trinidad, so I'll do all the work myself.
No, we'll help you, no problem.
So
Keely had stated with the front, this part here,
Mhm.
she said that that is,
I did all that.
historical. Cause she could say from the tiles,
Mhm.
so she did say that that was,
You said you're gonna sandblast it?
No, I wanted to before. I did all the work, the inside, the outside,
Yeah.
because that's what I do.
Yeah.
But when I was painting it, when I was seeing all that, I said, man, this got to be all sandblasted because it just peels off. But all the money I had into, I got about 100 grand into it, and I got it on paper. I said to her, and it's like, man, I need to get open. So, but it needed to be sandblasted, man.
Okay.
And
But you're not planning on, at least currently doing that?
yes, I am.
Or you
If
are?
I got the grant, I'll close it down for the whole winter.
the only problem
So-
is, so for landmarking, you have to keep the building historical to
Oh yeah, I
the
want
exterior.
there's no addition. Oh yeah, but no, yeah, I'm not gonna change. I just want to paint it, repaint it again. All I'm talking about taking the old paint off.
Yeah.
That's it.
So when you do changes like that to a structure that's been landmarked, you'll have to do a certificate of appropriateness, is that right, Terry?
Yes,
So when you do changes or, improvements to a landmark structure, you have to basically, you or whoever's doing the work, come to the city with a plan that just shows how you're gonna do it in a way that will preserve the
Yeah.
historical character.
No problem.
So yeah, it's not
Yeah.
a difficult process, but
Yeah.
it is a process that you have to kind of go through.
Yeah, she needs it,
to do
man.
that.
I
So-
mean, it needs to be done right.
yeah, and we're perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
We've worked with several of the historical buildings in town to do that.
And it's for Trinidad, man. It's not just for me. I mean, I already had an offer of a lot of money that someone wanted to buy it. You know, I'm not hurting for money, man. I'm just trying to get a little help. Like I said, if I don't get it, I don't get it. But I'm just trying to help Trinidad out. I got roots here, so I ain't going nowhere, So I'm just trying to help out Trinidad too, so.
No, not a problem. We're, like I said, we're willing to help.
I don't have any objections to
Okay.
landmarking it, if anyone else has any comments or questions.
Any comments?
No questions?
You guys need to come in and see what I got,
I
man.
see the motion.
Been there.
Oh, you been in there?
I'll make a motion.
You guys see it now, the whole wall is full of guitars now. I
Okay.
still gotta put my
You
choo-choo
making a
train up.
motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to accept the landmark.
Okay.
1133 Linden Avenue.
I'll second the motion.
All right, Matthew,
Yes.
Lisa,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes,
Derek.
Yes.
All right, it's passed.
all right.
That's good?
Yep, I will let you know when it'll go in front of city council, and then I will get you the information as well to help you get, the grant.
Tell me what to do, cause
Yep.
I give my work all to my lady. She's, like I said, she does all that.
I'll email it right over to her, okay?
Thank
And
you.
we'll also be
Well,
able to, we'll also get a plaque for it.
Yes, we will get a plaque, ordered for you, so you can put it on the building.
oh yeah? Does that go on the outside or is it?
Yes, outside.
Oh man, thank you.
Not a problem. You'll probably, if you go out the front door, you'll see ours that's on the city hall. It'll be similar to that. So, it'll be ordered and, probably won't be ordered till January, cause it has to go in front of city council, which the next city council meeting is December 3rd.
Alright.
So, but I will let you know all the details.
Okay, but you're gonna email me
I
my
will
wife?
email you everything.
Oh, thank you guys.
Not a
Appreciate
problem.
it.
We appreciate
Have a
it.
good one.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, that was item 4. Next up, item 5, items for discussion. Item A is a summary of the ghost tour on Halloween and the landmarking events on First Friday. And
Yeah, I can start. Yes, the ghost tour, it went real well. We had like 30 to 40 people show up. I think it was a good start. We've got a good base to build on, so we can just kind of do it again next year. I actually did have a lot of people also come, so a lot of people came up to me wanting, of course, every other building in town to be talked about.
yeah,
Everybody was like, why don't you talk about this, why don't you talk about that? And I had to tell them, because I
limited.
was trying to keep it, doable for the first year. So definitely there's interest in expanding it. We'll probably next year need to make sure we've got a couple people available to actually run the the tours. This year I did it.
And you did a great job.
Thank you.
I was there. I don't know if you saw me.
I didn't because there were so many people. I couldn't, it was just a sea of faces. But yeah, a couple of people to run it so that way we can have smaller groups. So it's just a little bit easier to hear. And then maybe eventually working on getting people to sign up. But that's the big thing. And other people also were interested in the idea of other tours. So I think that's something we can potentially try to work on is do different types of
Themes,
history.
yeah.
You know, once a year, here's our tour about, the railroads, here's,
Yeah.
the coal mines.
Outlaw history.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever people might be interested in.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So, yeah, I think that was pretty much it. Oh, I guess one other thing I did have someone ask about is, could we do something where it's free, but where people could give donations, so that the board could, it's like, it's free to go,
I'm
and
not
then like,
sure
can you
on
donate, and then we can use
I
that
don't know
for
if we
projects?
Can the city take, they would,
I don't know if the
I
city
would-
can, but
I mean,
because you guys are a board, I will
Oh,
have to
that's
ask Audra on
interesting.
that
I think
actually.
we had trouble doing something for our
it's,
first event. We were,
That was before my time, so I'm not quite sure. But I could check with Audra and ask,
well,
because we have to find, we're gonna have to
I'm
look
so
for funding
senior
for
year.
us because
Right.
every board is having to look for
Right.
funding this
Yeah.
next year. So I know we're looking for grants, so I don't see what a difference would be for donations.
if we couldn't get donations for the commission itself, maybe it could be like each tour could have a sponsored organization, like
Sure.
toward the Mitchell or the coal mine
Or like
museum
the
or whatever.
Yeah.
or like since
So, like-
history at the museum helped us.
Right.
Yeah, kind of directed to the organization, like one of the local organizations.
Yeah.
I will ask.
If you could take it in directly,
I will ask Audra and see what's the rules on that.
Cool.
See what she says. Not a problem.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
Okay. The other landmark event on First Friday, I think went really well. I think Lisa was there, and probably had like 20 or 30 people come through. A couple of actual CNS employees that worked for the railroad, so that was really cool.
Oh, that was cool.
A couple of people from the Trinidad Historic Society, one of which was also one of the CNS employees, so it was good to meet some of them, and had a lot of, some people, we kind of try to set it up to where some people you could either kind of watch films and slides, or you could walk around and look at stuff and talk to people or whatever. So I think it worked out pretty good.
So the timing being First Friday helped out a lot.
Yeah.
I tried to get there, I couldn't get a freaking parking space.
Oh, yeah.
I drove around the blocks like 3 times. I was like, okay, that's my sign. I'm just going home. But
Yeah.
then I got a call from my kids, so I had to go home anyways. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was good to set up as a come and go sort of thing.
Okay.
Some people stuck around longer than others, some people just kind of came and went, but I thought it went really well.
Yeah.
Did you get the invoice for the?
She hasn't. I saw her
Okay.
today too. She didn't say a thing to me, and I need it by Friday.
Okay.
So I'll call her and
Oh,
ask her.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, no, I love Krista, but yeah, she's
Yeah.
got a lot of energy. I wish I could bottle it because I really would like it. Because she came in, she chit chatted with everybody on the floor, and then left, and then she came back again, and then she left again. Never said a thing to me about it. So I will reach out to her and ask her for it.
Well,
She didn't turn it into
Yeah.
Audra either, so unless she turned it in downstairs, which is a possibility,
okay.
I might not have seen it.
Well, this is actually good to tea and whatnot, but so yeah. Next on items for discussion is Sister City.
so I was doing some research on it, and I don't think that's even our responsibility, our scope, whatever.
For the commission?
Yeah, so I don't know why it was even brought up before.
I was trying to look back at some of our agendas and why it was brought up. I think it was brought up by Elizabeth,
Is that,
and I'm not sure, like I was looking for the minutes, I couldn't figure out, because it got brought up but never really communicated.
right,
Yeah.
So I think she was asking about it to see if maybe we could, for historical, I'm not 100% sure.
well, on the research that I was doing, it was like they pair you with the city in Europe or somewhere that has kind of the same geographical or historical significance. So yeah, okay, the historic, but like what I was thinking was like the buildings, you know what I mean? Like if we could pick our own city, but no, they pair you with somebody.
Well, maybe there's a process where we can like do some kind of discussion with them or something, because like you said, I like the idea of like city in Mexico or Italy or whatever, because we have Italian and Mexican type
Right.
of architecture. I think that would be really cool, but
Right.
it also seems like probably something that like
But it's
some
also
other part of the city needs to deal with, you know, like it would be.
it's also like $400 a year. And like I was
Oh.
saying,
Is it more of a tourist?
that's
thing?
what I was saying. That I was like, that's more of a tourism.
So
That's
maybe we reach out to the tourism board and see if they're wanting to do it instead.
Or even split the cost. I mean, like it would be beneficial to the city, no doubt. You know, if we could reach out and get a hold of them and find out if they want to do something like that with a little of our backing.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool to make the architectural connections to the
To Italy, yeah, no
to
doubt.
other, because a lot of architecture here is like, you know, revival styles of those older styles, and
A lot of Chicago.
yeah.
Mhm.
And but a sister city, you're typically always like a foreign country, right? Yeah.
Well, I think there's a national and a international program. That's what I was seeing. But they pick the city. It's not like you can pick the city. And
Yeah. It'd be good if there was at least some input, like it wasn't just.
maybe you could. I mean,
Maybe there's like, I would hope that would be like a group decision of some kind, you know what I mean? Between what they have available as far as other cities that apply and what our city is like, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
But anyway, that's all I found out. Maybe we can get a hold of tourism or somebody.
Do you want to make it do you want to ask tourists about it, the tourism board about it?
I can reach out to them and see.
Okay. All right, so the next item is next city property to landmark. And I don't think we have a list of, or do we have a list of
Properties?
city-owned properties? I don't know if.
And shoot, if I still
Right.
have
I
it
know the
here.
fire station was on our last.
The fire station, I think, is
That
my
should be
top
top.
pick.
Yeah, that should
and
be
I think
top.
that's what's
The one over on Nevada?
Uh-huh.
No,
No,
commercial.
commercial, the fire station
Oh,
number one.
the Children's
Fire
Museum.
station number one. Yeah.
No, we can't do that one.
Why?
Not yet.
It's not
They're
city owned, I don't think.
yeah, no, that is
Or
it
there was
is.
problems with it.
Yeah, there's some problems with it because it's not ADA.
But I don't see why
Yeah.
that blocks us from landmarking it.
Well, they were worried because to make it ADA might possibly make it unlandmarkable.
Okay.
Should-
Are they-
That does not
why-
sound like a word.
But why are they, I guess,
Because to
Are
make
they-
it ADA would require putting an elevator on it, and the only way to put the elevator in would be putting it on the exterior of the building,
yeah.
which would then cause some issues with History Colorado on doing any changes to that building.
Didn't we add an elevator to the building right next to it?
It's not landmarked though,
Well, yeah, I mean, they're doing that privately.
and that's being
Frank
being
Images.
Frank's Images is not landmarked.
Frank Images.
Yeah,
I
Frank's.
thought they came and got a certificate of appropriate.
No, not for Frank's
I don't
Images.
think they-
That was for Keely's building, and she's putting her elevator inside her building, so she's not making any exterior changes to the building.
So why was the guy from Frank's Images here?
I don't remember.
I don't remember him being here.
At least not while I was on.
Yeah, not while I've been here.
I'm too old.
I'm looking for a list to see.
So I know the, well, so the golf course clubhouse is a
That
wrap building,
is-
and that would be a good one, and maybe, I'm not gonna be here, but just thinking, you know, down the line, like, it would possibly be a good thing to do, landmarking in the spring there, possibly.
That would be a beautiful
Yes.
building to landmark.
Depending on how the weather and stuff works out. But I don't know if
I can't find my
The
list.
commission, I guess I should refer to
Didn't we have both of those on?
We were
And-
planning
and I
on doing
remember
it for
Steve
Santa Fe
saying-
Trail Days, and the reason we did it is because they decided not to have it on Santa Fe Trail Day, on Santa Fe Trail.
Yeah,
They were gonna have Santa Fe Trail over there, so that would be perfect to do the golf course.
but maybe,
During that.
maybe there's some tournament or some event at the golf course that the commission could coordinate with.
Oh, that would be perfect, actually.
You still
yeah.
landmark it before, kinda like we have been landmark it before, but just do the
Yeah, do the
Do the-
reveal.
memory or whatever the,
So in the meantime, the one on Arizona, the fire station on Arizona, I think we should really go
is,
after.
is,
It's on
Or
Nevada.
Nevada.
is it city owned?
Yeah, we own all of all the firehouse
Okay.
buildings.
I guess-
That one was originally on our first list that we did a couple years ago. It was the clubhouse, the fire station, the waterworks building.
We had talked about, Central Park, but
Yeah,
that
we
was, it
couldn't
was
do it.
changed,
Yeah, they
they
could do that.
modified it.
They didn't.
Were we talking about something at, Kit Carson Park? Or different park?
That was
and
the,
shelter.
yeah,
The-
the,
Pavilion?
they
Yeah,
had
the
built
pavilion.
the,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's,
Weren't we do?
I don't know.
We talked
We
about
talked about all
it
these
and
things,
possibly doing like, trying to get a grant to restore it, cause it needs some work done to it.
That'd be a good one to do it.
So are we looking at maybe doing those three for the next year?
Yeah, we might be good to try to set up like targets for the year, cause I think we did 3 this year, city-owned properties.
1, 2,
We did
actually, I think we did 4, didn't we?
city, well,
The train and the water
Train,
building,
Waterworks, the Fox Theater,
the Fox Theater. Oh no, we did 3.
3,
And one
City
private,
owned.
and now 2 private, so we've done 5.
well, 2, but with the ones that Keely did, were those last year?
Those were last year.
Okay, so we did 2 private and 3
3
city-owned this
city
year.
owns.
That's pretty good. I think.
Yeah,
I think
actually, I think we surpassed
we could,
our
like, try to-
previous years.
Try to shoot for like 3 and 3 next year.
Does she have plaques on those?
On Keely's?
Yeah.
Not yet, but that's because they're gonna do exterior work to those buildings. They're planning on repairing the exterior, like with her building the well. She's starting the work on the exterior of the building now, the facade.
Wait.
She got her COA for that one already. She got,
They're leaving us?
it's just taken her this long to.
Yeah, this will be my last meeting.
We're actually losing Chris and Carlos. 'Cause if Carlos isn't here, we don't believe he's re-upped. Cause this would have been his last meeting too.
Well, let's,
Do I have to go in front of city council?
I believe so.
okay, let's,
What a
okay.
sad moment.
I still, well, I'll address this like in my report, but I'll still be able to help and definitely wanna help with stuff, but, as far as like the next city property, we just talked about the,
Golf course, fire station, and Kit Carson.
And the firehouse on commercials out, like that's not possible?
I will need to talk to Michael, cause that was a Steve Ruger thing to put it on hold. City council hasn't, they deprioritized that building for next year. It's not on the list of projects capital projects that are going forward. So if they're not gonna go forward with that, it might be, behoove of us to go forward with the landmarking and see if that would help us get funding for it. I will talk to Michael and see, cause he's the interim, so he might not wanna make a decision on it. It might be something that the next city manager
Well,
does.
I also kinda wonder, has it been like determined for sure that an elevator is impossible to put on the outside, or are there any?
It has to be, from what an engineer looked at it, it had to be put on the exterior of the building, not in the
But I'm
interior.
asking, are we certain that doing that it is not, it will?
Changes.
I know it changes, but are there
History-
allowances for ADA compliance sort of things? or
History
aren't there?
Colorado flat out told them no.
Okay,
If we did that, it would be impossible to landmark it. I've also heard they've stopped some places from putting in new windows.
huh,
Yeah.
They're
Yeah, they're-
really, really strict about some of the landmarking. So, That's why that's why he wanted to put it on hold just for a moment, just to see what we could do for the building. Cause we might, if we decide not to do, like, make it into a full museum, we might not have to make it ADA.
I was gonna say, it kinda depends on what
We
what the
use the
actual
building,
use for it
yeah,
is.
what we use the building for. The reason
Yeah.
they had stopped using it was because we had the DOJ here for the
Oh,
ADA
right,
for the city.
investigations. I
Yeah.
see. There's an old fire truck in there.
They have been
There's a
moving
bunch
that
of cool
old
stuff.
truck all over the place.
Yeah.
They keep relocating it. It was at the landfill for a while, but then they were
What?
worried it was getting damaged, so then they moved
Probably
it
was.
over to the museum, so.
At least it's inside now.
Yeah, fire chief just keeps moving it, so.
It'd be cool to put that somewhere, like, viewable.
They've been trying to find what he keeps collecting things. So.
Okay, so I guess maybe we can table this for further discussion, but
I think
identify-
those three
those three are good
Those three
targets
should be
to begin. And I was gonna say, I believe in the commission, but I definitely will still be, would like to help with research and things like that. So if there's, need for that, I'm definitely willing to continue helping that way. So go on to item 6, which is new business, electing a new vice chair. Since this will be my last meeting and I'm vice chair, we'll need a new vice chair.
We need a new chair too.
Yes, but so we
Yeah.
weren't sure what Carlos's stance was before I did the agenda, and he hadn't answered me, so we were told to do the vice chair this week, and next month for that meeting, we will decide on the chair.
Would there still be another,
They
Would-
already
would-
put a
would-
posting
well,
for 2 more people.
what I was gonna ask is, would the commission still have to re-elect on January,
No,
because, okay,
yeah, this one will just hold for the year.
okay, gotcha. So, I don't think I'm able to really, nominate anyone or participate in the voting, so I
Who wants
guess
to
we
do
can
it?
open the floor to nominations for vice chair.
Derek,
Which
you don't seem enthused.
Basically, doing what
I'm
I've been
too, I'm too
doing.
new. I'm
Sure.
sure
That's
that
what
I-
Chris said last time for his.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a bit of a trial by fire situation. Well, so vice chair, you're not, obviously you fill in if, the person, the chair is gone. But other than that, it's not really anything, difficult, I guess, I'd say. It's just a procedural thing. And Tara usually helps me
I will help
along.
out as best I can.
So, but we do need one.
I can do it as well. I don't know.
Okay. Do we need does someone need to formally nominate
I
Matthew?
am
Can
not
you
quite
nominate
sure
yourself?
what to do on this because
Okay.
we have a quorum with Lisa, Derek, and Matthew, but at the same time, I'm not quite
But
sure.
Matthew can't vote for himself.
Yeah, I'm not sure
I can't
on
vote
this.
for Matthew.
But this is your last meeting, you're still here.
I'm still
Yeah.
here, but I'll be voting for.
But is
What's
he able
happening
to
in the
vote
few-
for?
Are you still here?
That's true, and you can vote.
And you're still part of it.
I agree. If I'm,
For
yeah,
this is
I,
your last meeting, you can vote today. That's the reason why we were able to do the landmarking and stuff. So
I would defer to your judgment
I
on that.
like right now. I'm honestly,
Matthew wants
we've
to
never
be
had a
vice chair,
situation
let
like
Matthew
this,
be
so
vice chair.
Yeah.
this is kind of new to us. You know what? I would say you should be able to vote because it's
I'll
not
make a
affecting
motion.
you technically,
Right.
so it's not a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
I
I'm
make
on the
a
board
motion.
now.
So
Yeah,
you're
just,
so Derek is nominating Matthew.
Yes,
He's making a motion.
to nominate Matthew as vice chair for the
I'll
20,
second the motion if we need a second for that.
Okay.
2025.
2024 through 2025.
Lisa,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
and Derek.
Yes.
And we've already know Matthew says yes, so. There we go.
We
Congratulations.
still get to vote, okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
voted.
All right. So we took care of that. Number 7 on the agenda is reports. First one is chairperson report, and Carlos is out. As far as commissioners' reports, does anyone have anything they'd like to report? I'll just say that I'm sorry I'm having to leave, but there's other things I want to work on. But it was a really great experience. I was glad to be able to help, get some things landmarked and everything. And like I mentioned before, I still want to help, like with applications and things like that, and events or whatever. I am going to be working more on some of the railroad historical projects I have going on. And I think I mentioned before, I joined the board of directors of the Folsom Museum down there. So, try to spend some time between those two things. And also, I like as I mentioned, I met Robert Vigil from the Trinidad Historical Society. They were supposed to have their banquet last Friday, but that got pushed back. So I'm going to try to get more involved with them, and maybe I can try to help kind of be a liaison between them and the board or the commission. So I don't really have anything else.
Definitely sad to see you go, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I can be effective off the board as well. Like there are certain, I think I could help get some more private properties landmarked, and there's,
Help people.
yeah, help people directly, which I can't really do when I'm on the board, so
Unless you recuse yourself.
we'll see. Yeah,
But then we only have 2 people, and it's like, you recuse yourself.
Right.
well,
Yeah.
and,
We've got, Keely has stated that she's possibly thinking of trying to join because she got off of the Housing Authority Board. And that was her conflict because we meet at the same time. So she has looked at maybe possibly joining us. She said that there was a couple of other people she had talked to that possibly wanted to, so we're just waiting to see who puts in their interest forms. So.
talked to, I think, one person at the event Friday too that expressed some interest, so
We're just
I think we'll be able to fill.
hopefully.
And I'll refer people as well if I talk to anyone that might be interested. We still kind of need a real estate person,
Yeah.
maybe, or I guess real estate and design.
Which if we get
Or
Keely, she would do the design.
architecture, yeah, for sure.
So we'll see. She said she was thinking about it, but she's been out of town from running away from the weather. So
Okay. So I guess we're kind of moving into item C, which is development administrator.
So my only my comment is that we are trying to get the plaques up for the train. The platform is being built for that now. We have welders working on it. We look like we're going to have to build one for the waterworks building because of the shape of the exterior of the building. We did not realize how curved it was. And my guy that was putting it on says it's not possible to attach it to the wall. So we have to come up with another one. So it looks like you guys need to decide if you want to put a pedestal.
Yeah.
My brain was not connected to the word. A pedestal up for that one as well. So it's up to you guys if you want to do the pedestal. I had some people recommending putting it up between the 2 windows on the top, but I think that was too far high. Nobody would really see it up there.
Yeah.
Another one recommended maybe cementing it into the stair leading to the door, but I don't know if I want people walking on it.
Or it's also not really.
Eye-catching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pedestal would be like, hey, what's
Pedestal.
that?
Yeah.
And that was what the recommendation was, but we just wanted to check with you guys first before we went forward with it. Like I said, they're building the one for the train. And I don't know if you guys have been told, but the train has been vandalized.
What?
Somebody broke the doors to both the caboose and to the middle
The passenger.
passenger. We found some transient people living inside of there. They got arrested, got taken away, but we're not 100% sure they're the ones that broke the doors because they were broke. We found out they were broken like a week before. Then we caught the guys inside of there, and this was before the storm. So our building inspector actually chased them down.
It's guilt by association, though.
That's what we're assuming, though we didn't catch it on camera that they had done it, but they broke the bottom of the doors, like they broke them down out to get into the. So we're having them replaced and repaired, but
That's a bummer.
very upset because we just
How much
finished
was the
painting.
paint job? Like $300,000.
Well,
That one was we got 75,000 was how much the paint job, and they're not done. This weather has interrupted them finishing it up.
That's what will snow again next week.
We were
It
hoping they would be
looks-
done before.
Wait, what did you say?
I say it looks like a smaller
It's
chance.
supposed to snow next week?
Yeah.
That's a dirty word.
Yeah.
It was originally they said snow Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Now they're saying just snow Monday, Tuesday. But it went from only 5%, now it's up to 45% chance.
No,
So we'll wait and see.
we'll see. It's hard to tell.
I know.
It can change so fast.
I was hoping we weren't gonna get hit with such a bad storm. Then also, I'm looking to get a scholarship for you guys for the next conference. I know
Is it-
who went to the last conference last year or this year?
Carlos.
Carlos was the only one, right? Yeah, I don't know, since you, Matthew and Lisa, you guys have never attended one, if you guys would want to attend, it's 2 days.
If not, I will.
Well, you can too, if you want, Derek. I'm going to apply for the scholarship for it, so it just depends
They're very
on
informative too.
Give me the details, the when, where, why, hows.
January 29th through February 1st. It's Saving Place.
Same place.
Derek, this one's actually yours, so I think you went to the last one.
Oh, well, I went to
Virtually.
online, yeah.
So this one's Carlos's, I don't know if you wanna look at it, it just gives you the information. Let me see if I have another one. Can I give it to Lisa?
Where's it at?
Which one, I don't know where this one's, where's it at?
Cheyenne. Cheyenne Mountain Resort in Colorado Springs. Oh, that's not even bad.
And then I don't know who wants the look at the magazine. They sent only one, I don't know why they only sent one.
Is it addressed to me?
I don't know who it's addressed to. I think it's addressed to historic preservation. But I just need a head count of who wanted to attend so that I can get the scholarships for you.
Yeah, I wanna go.
You wanna go? Okay. You can also attend virtually if you don't wanna go in person, or you can't, because I know you're a teacher, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't really wanna miss school.
I know, well, I don't know though, I mean, come on now, resort, teach, just depends.
Yeah, I'm a maybe.
You're a maybe?
Email you, I'll
Okay.
email you.
I'll see,
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
see.
you can miss school and I'll sub for you.
That would be a win-win, huh?
If they ever give me my license.
Okay.
I think that's everything. If I'm not, I will email you guys if I forgot anything.
Okay, thank you. I'll make a
There's a
motion
party.
to adjourn then.
Yeah. If there's
Okay.
nothing else, we can adjourn. I mean, I guess technically I'm still
He's still.
until the end of the meeting. We'll say we'll adjourn.
Alright.